is now about to be in session, right? Barnes Court. So
I'm playing character too.
the case that we will be discussing is, will Ashton Jeanty break LT's 28 touchdowns and a season record at some point in his career? Right? So
Okay, who you call as prosecutor?
I'm gonna let Tevin be the prosecutor.
I'll be defense.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can be defense. And what we are judging is just based off of longevity, health, and opportunity.
Okay. All right, bet. So, I love this question. When I saw it lighted a lightning inside of me, right? Because I don't give a fuck. This nigga is not breaking the fucking record, bro. He's not breaking the record.
Well, you're the prosecutor, bro, so you're supposed to be
support the fuck. Damn. See, I want to be.
I could be the prosecutor.
All right,
I can stick
ahead,
my
bro.
case. I'll let Tevin defend it. That's how he stand on it. Ashton Jeanty has already proven himself to be, well, not only a Heisman candidate, but if we're being quite frank, he had a way better year than Travis Hunter did that year. Over 2,000 yards rushing. We seen what he did as a college standout runner back at Boise State, nonetheless. At Boise State, ladies and gentlemen, Ashton Jeanty has shown what he can do this rookie year. Could be on the same level, if not better, than what he did at a collegiate level. Now, the Raiders have to instill a quarterback. We gotta get a quarterback in this situation. We got leadership already from the top. We already got the leadership in play to know what it takes to win a Super Bowl. One, we know what it takes to win a Super Bowl is what? A strong run game and a defense, right? We have to build on Ashton Jeanty. We got Brock Bowers, who's a versatile threat, who can also run block as well as he can pass catch. Let's get that clear. We're going to draft Mendoza this year. We're going to find our receivers, but we're not talking about just this year. We're talking about 28 touchdowns at some point in his career. Ashton Jeanty has cuts, dare I say, that rivals Saquon Barkley, that rivals Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
His low center gravity makes him a threat anytime that he's in open space and touches the ball. Mendoza, we've seen the potential of Mendoza this year in this fucking playoff run. The teams that he had to take down, we know that we're going to get to the red zone. We know what the quarterback best friend is in the red zone. What do the Raiders already got? A tight end. What the Raiders already got? The runner back. What they about to get? The quarterback. Ashton Jeanty, for 100% fact, is going to break 28 touchdowns. In the same season he does it, he's going to be MVP. In the same season he does it, he's going to be the next runner back that touches 2,000 yards. Rushing. And the evidence is in his rookie season. We've seen the explosion, lack of quarterback, lack of offensive line. But we've seen what Ashton Jeanty can do when he touches the ball, and he gets to the second level rushing, and when he gets in open space.
Judge, jury, committee, everybody.
I rest my case.
No, fuck that. Because at the end of the day, let's just be realistic here, right? Yeah, you could bring up the Boise State.
Hold on, defender. I gotta give you permission to speak first. You gotta ask permission to speak first.
Nigga, fuck that. I'm speaking.
Oh, he gotta get on my board.
Whoa. Let's hear the case. Judge.
Go ahead.
Let's hear the case real quick, Judge.
I'm a judge. Look, respectfully, I'm gonna tell you why this is not gonna happen, right?
Okay. I got a couple of questions for you.
I get the Boise State shit. I get it. You know, great collegiate level. Almost won the Heisman. Almost didn't win the Heisman. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck about that, to be honest with you, right? But we're talking about LT. We're not talking about some scrub off the street, right? We're talking about LT. I saw enough from Ashton Jeanty this year, and I get it. You know, you got your offensive coordinator situation, which isn't the best, right? But at the end of the day, right? Like, I just don't think he can do it. I don't think the Raiders will ever have the offensive line to do it, and I just don't think Jeanty has the talent to do it in the NFL. Great, yeah, cool. He's a good running back, but I just don't see it, to be honest with you. And anybody that sees it, I mean, please correct me.
I would love to correct you real quick. I just want to let you know that he had 266 rushing attempts. Out of that, he had 975 yards. That is 3.7 to carry. That's basically 4 in the rookie season with the Raiders offensive line. With the Raiders offensive line, lack of threat, lack of wide receiver threat, lack of Arsenal threat. What are we talking about? 3.7, 5 touchdowns rushing, 5 touchdowns receiving, 346 with 55 receptions as a runner back out the field. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting you know right now that there are Pro Bowlers right now as runner backs that don't touch the ball as 55 times as a catching option.
Okay. All right. Well, honestly, when you have a quarterback like Geno Smith, who the fuck are you going to give the ball to?
You have Brock Bowers. You had Jacoby Myers before you traded him. You have veterans like the one white boy from fucking Clemson. You have other options that you're trying to lean on before Jeanty, before the running back, before the rookie runner back.
Okay, so defendant, I got a question for you, right? You said Ashton Jeanty will not be able to do this, right?
Yes.
If not him, then who?
I mean, fuck. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. The defense doesn't have an answer for that off the top of the head.
Fair. If not him, then who else?
I don't think anybody else.
That's the better answer. That's the better answer. That's more credence to what I'm saying, Judge. The defendant can't even name another runner back that can even touch about 30 touchdowns in one season. I'm letting you guys know that in the rookie year,
had 5, bro. He wasn't even close.
He had 10 total touchdowns. Rookie year. If I had to pull up the stats of Saquon Barkley's rookie year, LaDainian Tomlinson's rookie year, what?
Defense. Judge, actually.
Jamal Lewis rookie year.
James Cook, 1,600 yards. Derrick Henry, 1,500 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 1,500 yards. B.J. Robertson, 1,400 yards. Devon Chain in Miami, 1,300 yards.
I'm talking about rookie year.
Yards.
I'm talking about rookie year. None of them was touching.
James Cook definitely had over 1,000-yard season his rookie year.
James Cook cannot rush for 2,000 yards. This was his best season. And even in his best season, he led the league in fumbles. Something that Ashton Jeanty would never do. Something that Ashton Jeanty would never do is lead the league in fucking fumbles.
Judge,
excuse my language.
Ashton barely see over the offensive line, Judge. That's all I'm saying. He can't even judge what.
Judge, I do know that you're an Eagles fan, and I know in Eagles history we had a runner back named Darren Sproles, who in the same backfield as LaDainian Tomlinson seen the ball and did wonders with it with the O-line as a short man. We know the explosion that a 5'8" runner back can have and present in the NFL. That is why he went in the first round. In fact, I believe he went higher than a lot of these runner backs that ran for 2,000 yards. A lot of them.
So, defense, I got another question for you, right? You said that he's not going to be able to do it, right? Is LT's record untouchable in your opinion?
I would say untouchable because just the athleticism of players nowadays, it's different, but it'll be hard to reach.
Okay.
I think we have a question from the jury. How often do running backs actually stay healthy long enough to stack 350 plus high leverage touches without efficiency drop off before mileage catches up? Okay, this is a fair question.
First 3 years.
This is a fair question, but I see we can't base things off of former medicine. We're in a new technological advancement. We're in a new modern day science era where people are recovering from ACLs and still performing at a high rate. A la Stephon Diggs, a la Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you gotta judge these running backs like Jahmyr Gibbs, but John Robinson, Ashton Jeanty with modern day science. We haven't seen it, and we cannot even argue that. And I would like to propose. I know the jury as well. You know what his former coach Mike Tomlin said? If mine had male parts, she'd be my uncle. I'm not here to discuss hypotheticals with the jury. And I think we have another question from the jury. Like, how many modern running backs have maintained elite touchdown efficiency once their touch count and lower body injury history start intercepting around year 3?
That's a fact.
How many major injuries have Jeanty has had? He's had less than a Jahmyr Gibbs. He's had less than a John Robinson.
Listen, jury, with the amount of actual carries that he got last year, it is safe to say at some point within these next 2 or 3 years, he will suffer a major injury. Just saying.
Okay, now, prosecutor, I do have a question. Right, what kind of career length do you project him to have?
Ashton Jeanty, in today's game and his today's skill set, like you think about a CMC who sustained a few of these injuries and still has had MVP performances. In fact, when we get to it on this show, I believe that Christian McCaffrey is up for Offensive Player of the Year, MVP of the year, and guess what? Comeback Player of the Year. As a runner back who is a dual threat, who damn near had 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing. So again, to this injury shit that they talking about, excuse my language again, but to this injury component that they're trying to bring up, again, let's judge this with modern science. Let's judge this with modern day care to the athlete, and let's go upon the athlete's history. His injury history is nothing like Christian McCaffrey's. From Stanford days to Carolina days to Niners days. Ashton Jeanty has sustained health his whole career thus far, including with a bad O-line.
Judge and jury, I just want to pose a question.
I haven't answered the question yet. Defendant. Can I answer the judge? So with that stated, just because I'm being rushed, like it's vacation in Houston, vacation in Miami, I would like to say that Ashton Jeanty will easily have about a dozen good years in the NFL. Whether they be with the Las Vegas Raiders or with other teams, or the Philadelphia Eagles, he will have at least a dozen years in the NFL. I'll drink for the hot take.
Yeah, because I was going to say, judge and jury, based on that, right? Does that, that doesn't make sense. Running backs don't last based on his mathematical equation of Christian McCaffrey, right? Also, too, can we ask the question? Is Christian McCaffrey not built different than Ashton fucking Jeanty? Can we not ask that question?
We cannot judge. We can raise the question. We can raise the question.
Wait. All that shit.
Christian McCaffrey, his rookie year, was not the same Christian McCaffrey knows to be the MVP candidate that he was with the 49ers when he was traded from the Panthers for lack of production with the Carolina Panthers. Jury, what the fuck do you got to say now?
I know for a fact Christian McCaffrey's rookie year was better than Ashton Jeanty's.
How often does touchdown production survive year to year when it's driven by red zone opportunity rather than repeatable efficiency metrics like yards at the contact, explosive run rate? Well, guess what? Ashton Jeanty has absolutely had explosive runs this year. Yes. This is a fact.
How many 100-yard
I can attest to it because I have him on my sleeper league team.
How many 100-yard games?
His season. Judge, I already stated his season stats. I literally already did 1,200 yards from scrimmage, 10 touchdowns. We've already stated these facts. 55 receptions as a runner back. We've already stated these stats. Why do I have to keep on bringing up yards after the defendant can't catch up? At the jury can't catch up.
Judge, all I'm saying is that the prosecution has really no factual basis to stand on the fact that he will break LT's 28 touchdown record.
But I did bring to the table. I did bring to the table the components of Fernando Mendoza coming to the team.
That doesn't sound like Ashton Jeanty's name to me. Does that sound like to you? That sounds
irrelevant.
That sounds irrelevant to the conversation.
The quarterback from Indiana that will be the quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders that's ran by Tom Brady, minority-wise. And Fernando Mendoza will get the team into opportunities where Ashton Jeanty will touch the ball and be explosive or make an open field tackle and make people miss. And in fact, for somebody at such a lower body stature, he doesn't need to run outside. He can run fine inside. And we've seen it this season. Again, we've seen the potential this season. We all can admit to the potential that we've seen this season.
Judge, all I'm saying is his argument is based off of what ifs, right? And the prosecution always says what ifs don't matter. So technically, his argument is trash.
Okay, so in closing arguments, both of you have, I want to say, 3 sentences to prove to me why you believe that Ashton Jeanty will break the record, and 3 sentences why you feel like he won't.
It's all right, so it's LT, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and everybody else. Those are my 3 sentences.
If he has 12 great years, as you stated, you are currently basically saying he will become the absolute greatest runner back of all time, and it won't be close. Is that correct? That's not in fact what I'm saying. We're only that was a question that I was answering because it was presented to me by the judge. That wasn't the case at all. That wasn't the case at all. Hold up. Why is the defendant talking over me? Why is the defendant talking over me?
Call an objection.
Go ahead, prosecutor. Go ahead.
That's not why we're here in court today, jury. I need the jury to stay focused because the jury is very, very a key component to our legal system. So I need the jury to stay intact with this, okay? We was here to see if Ashton Jeanty will eventually hit 28 touchdowns plus in his career. One of those projected dozen years that I stated, okay? I need you to stay with me. Okay, he's a rookie. Year 1 just passed. Okay. I believe that he can hit it within year 4 through 8. It doesn't take a dozen years for that.
Okay.
We've seen Adrian Peterson's greatest years happen before he was a Commodore, before he was a Saint. You feel me? So we're not talking. I just said 12 years as a pro. That's all I stated.
Defense would like to argue that there is a conflict of interest. He is on his fantasy team, so of course he does want.
Wow, that's a low blow. That's a low blow there, attorney. That's a low blow there.
You're saying, Judge.
This is excluded from my bias. This is excluded from my bias.
You got to take it into consideration.
In fact, there was many weeks that I was contemplating benching Jeanty, but not for lack of talent. Not for lack of talent, and I did it. But I did it because he that I did it. And this is also facts. This is plenty times. There's plenty times that I was contemplating it because of the Raiders and how they have a lack of urgency to put offense around talent. They put Geno fucking Smith around Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty.
That would be fair to say.
Who is their number 1 receiver, Judge? Who is the Raiders' number 1 receiver? We don't know his name.
We're not talking about receivers, Judge. We are not talking about receivers. We're talking about.
We're talking about if Ashton Jeanty can get 28 touchdowns plus in his career. And with Fernando Mendoza and the new leadership within the new city that they're in, I'm telling you that they have plans on Ashton Jeanty touching 28, if not getting 30.
Judge, I would like to say this. I think Fernando Mendoza will have 28 passing touchdowns before Ashton Jeanty gets 28 rushing touchdowns.
That's the back. It's a fucking quarterback.
Just saying.
He's going to be first overall in the draft. He's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. 28 is pretty much of a low number. Would you agree, Judge?
Judge, all I'm saying is
he's not a laughing matter.
Would
you agree, Judge? That this is blasphemy that he's even bringing that point up. That's a Stephen A. Smith take. That's safe.
I think off the basis of bias, I think you should rule in favor of the defense.
Wow. I rest my case, Your Honor. Let's hear it.
I believe that the defendant made a good argument. There were a lot of points that I did agree with. Even with the prosecutor gave me a lot of perspectives to look at. Now, defendant, if there's any other closing argument that you do have to say before I make my decision,
because your case is weak.
I would say
because your case is weak, attorney.
I think the basis of bias is a strong enough case to close it on. So,
may I make a closing argument?
Permission to speak.
You already made one.
Truly biased, I promise you. If it is biased, then why on the same team? Why have I always been so easily available to make trades with any member of my team?
That is irrelevant.
Member of my team. I traded Joe fucking Burrow past all season.
That is irrelevant to the conversation. I traded Joe Burrow.
No, it is actually. You would
not have been able. You would not have.
I have no bias with any member of my team. I would trade an MVP caliber quarterback like it's nothing.
Judge, he would not be able to trade Joe Burrow without me trading him Joe Burrow. So that is irrelevant to the conversation. That is irrelevant.
Okay. So y'all
and honestly, Joe Burrow, the Joe Burrow trade has no.
I'm only defending what he brought up.
Wait. I want some order in my fucking court.
Make your decision, goddamn it.
Prosecutor, you did a very good job.
Not good enough, brother.
You did a very good job.
Take a fucking drink.
Wait, you really gonna give it to him?
Defend it.
Thank you. Let's fucking go, baby.
I was
playing on my lawyer name, nigga. Come on.
I would like to say that though me and my team would not appeal this ruling, as I had to appeal a storage unit ruling, I would like to say that we are very disappointed with the judge's verdict. And I believe that it is biased because Judge is low-key light-skinned his damn self.
You should have made that argument. You didn't.
And I would like to say that I think that my client Ashton Jeanty has gotten a bad end of the stick. I think that in a Las Vegas Raiders uniform, we will see Ashton Jeanty touch 30 touchdowns, not 28, Your Honor. 30. 2,000 yards rushing, 25 from scrimmage, 23 from scrimmage, maybe. But it is what it is.
That's Barnes Court for you.
Thank you for joining Barnes Court. We'll see you back next week.